Yo, welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. And today, man, we got a great show lined up for you guys. Once you come in and find the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn your post notifications on so you'll know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. On this channel, we cover sports, hot topics, roundtable talk, and the marriage chronicles. I see everybody in the comments section, hashtag salute. And y'all know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. Man, today's show, man, we're going to get right off into it. Once again, Deion Sanders makes headline news. If you guys listening to the press conference after they took that win at Arizona State, and one of the reporters was asking Deion a question about Shedeur being sacked, and he alleviated to that he saw Shedeur setting off by himself. And Deion addressed him and was talking about Shedeur's pissed off. So you think that he wants to be sacked over and over and over again? You know, Shedeur is the most sacked quarterback in college football right now. So he's pissed off and he said, this is not indicative of who we are. And he was just addressing reporters that, you know, Shedeur Sanders was really pissed off about the situation being, you know, sacked many a times. And, you know, he said, do you think he just wants to be, you know, hit on, you know, each time, each play and things like that? So basically, your boy Jason Whitlock got a hold of that press conference and, you know, he made his criticism and he came down on Deion Sanders once again. But I was listening to the Fearless podcast with Jason Whitlock, and he had one of his guys on there, Steve Kim. Now, Steve Kim, he appears on his show, you know, on a regular basis. And if you guys know who Steve Kim is, you know, he worked with ESPN back in the days when he covered boxing. He was a boxing analyst. And, you know, he used to cover boxing. Real good guy. They call him the Korean Howard Cosell. He covered boxing real well, but he makes frequent appearances on the Fearless podcast with Jason Whitlock. So their topic of discussion was Deion Sanders. So Jason Whitlock was addressing Steve Kim about the situation with Deion Sanders. So basically, in a nutshell, Jason Whitlock has once again criticized and demoralized and demonized Deion Sanders. Now he's went as far as saying that coaching your son in college football on a big stage is nothing but utter chaos, and it's a clown show. Something that you would see in Pee Wee football. So basically, Whitlock, what you're saying is Deion should not be coaching his son playing football. Now, Shedeur has the talent to go on and play on Sundays, and you're saying that just because his dad is Deion Sanders, that he should not be coaching his son because it's nothing but utter chaos and it's a clown show. Something to your that you don't like, something that's not to your liking, you're criticizing. You're criticizing every move, everything that Deion Sanders does. And also out of that press conference, you went as far as saying that Deion is basically throwing the offensive coordinator under the bus. Deion did not throw that offensive coordinator under the bus. The reporter asked Deion a question about Shedeur getting hit and sacked as many times as he has. And Shedeur was setting off the sideline a little, you know, pissed off because, you know, he wants to get it right. He knows that's not indicative on what they can be and what the capabilities of that offense is. And then Deion went on to say that, you know, Shedeur, y'all think that he can just throw that Superman cape on because that's who he is and just come save the day. But we've been seeing it over and over and over again that Shedeur has that in him. He can go in Brady mode. He can save the day. Like he said, it's legendary. But you go on your show once again and find fault in Deion Sanders, but now you take it as far as saying that coaching his son on the college level is just utter chaos, and it's a clown show. And it's worse than something that you see in Pee Wee football. So, guys, I want y'all to take a listen to what Jason Whitlock had to say. And Steve Kim basically liked some of the things that, Deion Sanders is doing, but then he took issues and exception to Shedeur and said that Shedeur is basically becoming obnoxious. So take a listen to what them two clowns had to say on the Fearless podcast.
How the coaches need to do better, and we got to put him in a better position. He at one point, he called out his defensive coordinator in a positive way that Coach Kelly called a good game. He never mentioned the offensive coordinator by name, and you can tell he's frustrated, and he talks about how much better things should be going because we have this great quarterback. A dad coaching his son at quarterback, or the head coach of a team with his son at quarterback in major college football, this is a recipe for chaos and Little League Pee Wee football type stuff going on.
I'm just wondering if Sean Lewis in the back of his mind, if like a thought bubble saying, well, gee, Coach Prime, if you would have brought in some Louie that was offensive line related, maybe your son wouldn't get hit like an Everlast punching bag. Now, let me just say this. I've actually thought Coach Prime mostly has handled himself very well, despite what you think. I actually like some of his comments. He's been this right here is a bad look. This right here, I'm like, come on, Prime. The answer should have been the player, not my son. The player needs to be with the coach. We do not like that. You're acting petulant. By the way, you're running a spread offense with almost no running game or very little, and your offensive line is bad. What do you think's going to happen here? By the way, Shedeur Sanders, after that game, that thrilling victory over maybe the 10th best team in the conference, is out there taunting the Arizona State student section. I actually find him to be much more obnoxious than Coach Prime. I'm just going to lay it out there. You can do all the YouTube videos you want, though you Prime jock snippers. You're sad, you're pathetic. I'm going to give you some chum, lay off Jason, do a video on me. I don't care. But I'm like, bro, you just literally beat maybe the third worst team in the conference. And,
Man, this is crazy, man. Now, Steve Kim, in one sentence, you said that you like what Coach Prime is doing, but you said he should never, said these things about the offensive coordinator. Well, he didn't really say nothing about the offensive coordinator at all. You guys took the interpretation just because he said that, Shedeur was, upset that he's getting hit a lot. He never mentioned the offensive coordinator. So you interpreted that he was throwing the offensive coordinator under the bus, but he never did that. You guys made it your own to say that that's what's happening. And then Jason Whitlock, for you to sit there and say that Deion is getting frustrated. How you know Deion is getting frustrated, man? They asked him a simple question at the post-game press conference, and that's what he stated. And then, Steve Kim, you're talking about, Shedeur is being obnoxious because he did the Shedeur on the Arizona State, student body after the win. Guys, don't leave out things, man. What happened was through the course of the game, Arizona State was giving Shedeur the whole game. And even when he came out for warm-ups, they was dressed in the student section with the watches on, giving him the Shedeur. So after the game, rightfully so, Shedeur Sanders gave him the Shedeur. But for you guys to go on that show and just make up stuff, man, and for us to sit there and believe it, and you're talking about for all you YouTubers out there, you can do the video on me. Y'all can come at me. Just leave Jason Whitlock alone. Oh, now you're trying to protect Jason Whitlock. Let Jason Whitlock stand on his own, man. He got big boy pants on. He wants to say all this stuff. He wants all the smoke. So, us YouTubers on these sports channels, we giving him the smoke. And you're trying to defend him now. And then in one sense, you like everything that Deion's doing. And then all of a sudden you want to chastise what Shedeur Sanders is doing. Don't do that, Steve Kim, because we can cook you too. We can give you the smoke too, and this is what we're doing. We're just calling you guys out for the BS that you guys are displaying. Y'all guys got to stop that, man. You got to stop that, man. Stop criticizing everything that Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, is doing. He's doing a great job there at Colorado with these kids, man, and uplifting these kids and, bringing, the community together and things like that, man, making money and things like that. I mean, when is it going to stop, man? When is it going to stop, man? We call you out for your BS, man. You guys, let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. I know people going to come in the comments talking about leave Whitlock alone. No, we're not leaving Whitlock alone, man, because when they do this BS, man, we're going to call them out on it, man. Please continue to share the video out, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. And I see everybody in the comments sections, like I said. Also, man, tell a friend, man. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.